Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Blaster Master 02. I'm always disappointed that they didn't call it Blaster Master 0 to Hero or something like that just to keep that stupid scheme going, but oh well, that's nothing, that's like a nitpick, and frankly this game is actually excellent in a lot of different ways, but we'll get into that, well, right now, because there's not much else to do. So this came out very recently. You'll be seeing it like a week after it came out because of the way I schedule my videos, but that's just the way it is. I've been playing it for about 2.5 hours at this point, and as I said, it's excellent. I have very little trouble finding things to praise, and a lot of trouble finding things to criticize. So we have a few options here. There's not much, but frankly, this is an extremely lightweight, two-dimensional game. I had no problem playing it on my GPD Win 2, so playing it on a PC as highly spec'd as this is hilarious. I'm currently playing this on a 240Hz monitor. It doesn't go above 60 for obvious reasons. You have the option to remap everything, which is nice. But there's actually something I kind of like about this. Also, you can turn the confirm cancel to type A or B, which is what buttons, you know, do accept, what buttons don't, which is nice. You can also change it to windowed and change the resolution in windowed mode. Resolution doesn't actually do anything in full screen mode as far as I'm aware. But here's the neat thing about the controller. Whenever you boot it up with a controller, it asks you to do this little configuration thing here, and it's like, what button of these is what, and it just detects it automatically. Like, it detected my Xbox 360 controller on my Win 2, and it detected my DualShock 4 just fine, so I imagine they'll detect basically everything and let you set it up the way you want, which is a nice touch. Nice touch. You do also get a extra downloadable character in this game, if you buy it when it launches, which is actually after the, oh dear. It's actually after the, what's it called? Which is going to be after this video comes out, but you actually get a completely different character in the form of the guy from Luminous Avenger 9, which I have not played yet, but need to get around to because these guys make really damn good games. But I've just been playing as the default character, whose name I cannot remember because the story in this game is not exactly the best part of it, but as you can see, 2.5 hours, I've unlocked a fair amount of stuff, not all of it, I've skipped a couple of places. But that's basically it. For some annoying reason, you can't actually save in the galaxy map, so we're just gonna launch back out into space as soon as we start the game up. It's a little odd, but there you go. So, this game's got a pretty simple story. It's after the events of Blaster Master 0. Your companion got infected with an alien virus, and you basically need to try and find your way back to the people who made these machines that you're using in the first place in order to try and get her fixed up, and you run into all sorts of different people and more mutants along the way, which is a nice little touch. Is this where I want to go? This is Area C, yeah. So you visit different planets, you get more tech for your hovering fighting machine, and you go about your business like that. Gonna go to Area E and hope that it has a big level for us to go into. Oh, it's also got a cutscene. I don't know why, but it immensely amuses me that the robot has got a gigantic rack. Like, seriously. That's almost comical. God damn it, Japan. Also, yeah, you've got a psychic frog that can create wormholes. Because that's a thing. Alright, so we've got a world here. These are usually the bigger, more intense levels, and they're usually flanked by smaller challenge-style levels for extra upgrades. Normally, when you walk into an area, you don't have any, but you can go into the actual bigger levels to find them. So let's go into the bigger levels. Or the bigger level, I should say. And give it a look. And obviously this game looks and sounds amazing. Like, just look at it. It's clearly a bit out there and weird. The key for the destination for Area F is here. There's something unstable on this planet. Interesting. Oh yeah, your rover can wall jump. That is amazing too. Holy hell! That's not supposed to be that big. I get the feeling we've been put on a shrunken planet. Or maybe... Oh, some stuff is bigger, some stuff isn't. How strange. Either way, we need to avoid them by jumping. Well, we could use our special weaponry. So, the rover is a pretty basic concept to understand. It's Blaster Master, so you've got access to both the rover and you can just get out and shoot things. Why am I big? I am also big. Okay, never mind. So you hop into the rover. You can jump, you can wall jump, which is new. You can also hover. These are abilities you unlock as you go through the game. And you have SP, which you can use to not only use your hover thrusters, but let out special attacks. In that case there, that sphere is basically just to hurt everything in the general vicinity. Are they really putting me up against a boss straight? Oh no, it's just a survival gauntlet. Okay. That's fine. What the hell? Sometimes you have to go to a pretty big effort to find out what each particular enemy is weak to. However, they've got a sort of unique mechanic with the energy systems in this game. So, you use SP to use your sub-weapons, right? And to hover off the ground. And once you run out of it, it starts like recharging. You'll get it back eventually. But you can also get it back in a really unique way, which actually really helps with things like this game's level design. And that is hitting the ground with excessive force. Really interesting concept. So watch, if I hit the ground from here, I get some of my SP back. Not the amount of SP it cost me to get up there, but I still get some of it back nonetheless. You also get some of it back when you get hit, but that's not entirely relevant to what I'm talking about, but it's still a really interesting system. Because it means they can... What the hell are they doing? Right. Is this actually... Oh, jeez. It's still a really interesting system, because it means that playing with... Oh... That's not good. It's going to put me right back to the start now, isn't it? Sure is. Right. Save points, people. Save points. Aren't massively common in this one. Actually, to be fair, they are common. I just suck. So, they're able to design the levels a lot more vertically, thanks to the fact that you get your SP back mainly via hitting the ground from a high height. It also makes it so that combat can be more interesting because you can be constantly flying upwards and downwards in the attempt to... I wonder which one of my special weapons is... I don't think it's the... Yeah, it's not the crash tackle. That doesn't hurt them. So I'm guessing the... It's gonna have to be the missiles, isn't it? Also, I do have a rapid fire gun, but it costs SP to use. But yeah, basically having the combat be set around trying to get as much of your attack strength back as possible via hitting the ground at the best speed that you can is a really interesting concept because it allows you to do things like this to try and increase the amount of... Shit. It lets you do things like this to try and increase the amount of energy you get back. It encourages skillful play while not being hard to understand. And it's not a weird or ridiculous mechanic, it's literally just you finding the best spot to land from. It's a really clever idea, I really like it. It's simple, shit. It's simple, but that's the best thing about it. Having it integrate so seamlessly into how the rest of the game works is a really cool idea. And it makes going around on the buggy a lot more fun than it should be, because being able to be so skillful with your movement, get as much of your SP back as possible, and then take advantage of that fact in order to do better in the combat overall, is just a really satisfying gameplay loop from minute to minute. Not to mention they're constantly giving you upgrades for both this and being on foot, which we'll get into once they eventually send me inside, because they usually give you multiple on-foot dungeons in one major world in this game. I need that health. Damn it. Just barely missed it. Right, missiles for you. It's neat too, because you can even recharge it while you're waiting for your energy to come back by doing the stomp from high height. Unfortunately, you can't use it to damage enemies, but still, it's a really neat system, and I massively appreciate it. I've got a choice. Which door do I go in? Well, if we hit start, we can see our dungeon map, and it doesn't look like we actually have a map on this planet yet. There is probably one hidden around the place somewhere. We'll just have to see whether or not we can find it. Oh look, water that's in the air. That's weird. That's really weird. Another thing that I really appreciate about this game, actually, just, you know, while I'm on the subject, is how creative it is in its level design. It's always throwing new and weird shit at you. Like, enemies that... Huh. Okay, so I'm guessing enemies that have the flowers on their heads. Well, I'm guessing they've been taken over by some kind of parasite. What on earth? Oh look, an actual boss fight. Nice. Let's do this. Whoa, Jesus. Whoa, hey, hi. Thank God there was a save point outside, otherwise I would be doing terrible. Oh my God. Hi. I do not want to lean in those flowers. I did anyway. Oh, I see, they're just meant to... Straight on my head and dead. Alright, fair enough. Let's try and take this a little bit more seriously. Thankfully, we can skip cutscenes. Well, what sub-weapon would be good against a girl who hates flowers? Well, the missiles were really useful last time. Let's try them here. She's so fast! Goodness gracious me. I gotta try and not take like 3 or 4 hits every time she gets close to the ground, because that is what's doing me in. Alright, so yeah, basically I just need to stay off the ground for that one. Oh, so close. The soundtrack is kicking too, by the way. I'm going to beat you on camera. I was about to say, do I have anything that'd be more effective against? Actually, I do. We'll try the spear. She needs to get close to me for me to... Oh, right, I forgot. It also takes a ton of energy. Damn it! One hit! One damn hit would have done her in. Right. We'll try the missiles, actually. Just the straight up ones. Because when she's on the ground... No, they don't do enough damage. Right. How about this? We'll swap to the machine gun. Keep the... bollocks. Seriously, she's so damn fast. That almost feels like a cheat, honestly. Her being able to jump straight into me following my exact arc. That feels like a cheat. If she's not following my exact arc, I'm just really fucking unlucky. That's certainly something else. Oh, I needed that health. I absolutely needed that health. There we go. That is a bicycle of a boss fight. Good lord. Drill Smasher. Unleash a drill for a drop attack. Interesting. Oh, I see. Right, so they've given me her special attack, and now I need to use it. And now the rest of the level is going to look like Tetris blocks. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was so... Oh yeah, also, considering that we can hold onto walls, that means that we can do that, and that is sweet. But anyway, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by a boss fight. They have some really clever ideas for level design as well. They do an absolute ton with what you can do with your vehicle and how it plays into the levels in this game. Like, the last few levels that I've played have all been really interesting, There's one where you're basically being chased by a giant robot and you have to constantly avoid it. There's one where mazes are being designed around you via things like bamboo sticks. And there's all sorts of little things going on like that in every individual level and even every individual challenge. It just goes to show that the developers of this game have some real creativity. Anyway, now that we're in the come on. Throw out an attack. I'm waiting for you to throw out an attack. Nope, I just... Oh. Okay. There we go. That's how you get a counter. Oh, really? Right. First of all, screw you guys, grenades. But yeah, they're always giving you neat and unique stuff to do. And they're always giving you, as I said before, plenty of power-ups. There are tons of them hidden all over the place. And over the course of like a roughly 30-minute level, you'll be getting tons and tons of extra power-ups for things like your health and your energy, like that, those are obvious, to things like new weaponry and new ways through worlds. And it's all really clever. I have a bad feeling about this. I was right. So yeah, this is the on-foot levels. It's about the same as it was in the original Blaster Master Zero. You power up your weaponry, you can choose between all sorts of different kinds of weapons, but once you get up to this thing, it doesn't really matter because this is just unbelievably overpowered. You do also have grenades that you can use to break down walls, but you've also got another new unique ability, and that's the ability to counter. So when an enemy's about to attack you, you'll see a little thing appear around their head, like a little crosshair telling you that you're aiming at them. And if you press the counter button at the right time, you'll do the counter attack, which will often hurt them, sometimes it'll stun them, and you can use this as an opportunity to get more damage in. You've also got multiple different kinds of counters as well. There's a second counter that I've unlocked that actually gives you a melee counter instead of a traditional long-range counter. Again, another interesting idea. It rewards good play, although I will admit that this makes the game a fair bit easier because a lot of the enemies are incredibly easy to simply counter. Just wait for them to actually do something and then counter them. The only enemies that are even a remote challenge are these bastards right here that are just like automated turrets that just constantly fire at you. This is also doubled by a couple of things. The main thing... This is not helped, I should say, by a couple of things. By it, I mean the difficulty. Mainly that I've unlocked a power-up that actually protects me from losing a weapon level on the first hit. So I can keep the strongest weapon I've got for pretty much the entire ground dungeon, as long as I don't take hits too quickly. And it makes me super OP. This plus constant counters. Whoa, hi. This plus constant counters makes the game surprisingly easy. Like, at least on the on-foot sections, it makes it really easy. Because all I really need to do is just wander in, hammer away at the square button, and then walk away. It's kind of great. Also, here's a nice thing about these dungeons. Once you're done with them, your frog pops out, you get the wormhole, and you can leave. You don't have to wander all the way back to the start. And for my efforts, I got an extra bit of health. I'm not gonna argue, because who doesn't like health? The on-foot sections are still fun, they're just, like, easy. They're just really easy. Whoops. No, hang on. There we go. Now I can finally take those things out without having to get out of the car. This is just so strange, having water be in the air like this. Why not? Right, hang on. Up we go. Also, you have to be careful with this guy, because if he falls... What? He took my car! What? Not what I was expecting, but okay. How incredibly rude. Whoops. I don't have access to the special attack, so I don't think this is the way I'm meant to go. I think I'm meant to chase after it. Can't go through that to the on-foot dungeon just yet. What a dick! You literally just took it to... What a jerk! I still can't get out of this. Can I... No, even if I bounce against the wall, it still knocks me out there. Okay. Alright. I guess we can go back through here now, which means we can go drill this. Why do I not trust those health pickups? There's a crack on the floor there. No. Just visual dressing. Fair enough. Seriously, look at this. It makes it so overpowered. Like, here's your piddly normal shot. Here's a normal shot that can go through walls, which, to be fair, is actually kind of useful when you're dealing with stuff like this. But the wide shot can also go through walls. You've got this, which just kind of looks like bug spray. Doesn't do much damage, but it's great for hitting a lot of little things. You got this thing here, which just bounces all over the place. You got this, which serves as a protective shield, which has its uses, although quite minimal. You'd rather just be dealing extra damage. You got your whip, because whip are good, I suppose. I mean, it's decent for short range, but again, you might as well just use your long range thing. And this is a charge shot, which you can't carry between rooms. And, of course, the wide shot, which is just infinitely better. You do also have multiple types of grenades as well. Like, you got proximity mines, you got fiery mines, and you got just weird little circle things like that that just, oh shit. Well, look at that, I am actually back to this now. Counters aren't massively overpowered. You don't have the ability to just constantly spam them. Mainly because of the idea that you've got a limited amount of energy for them. And considering that these guys just constantly respawn, that's not great for me. Wrong grenade type. There we go. I'll just count a few times so I can walk through this safe. Oh god. Boss fight? Nope, survival gauntlet. It's not massively overpowered. Your energy does recharge for counters quite slowly, which means you can't just spam them on bosses, which is nice. Do I have a map of this place yet? No, I don't. Oh, I'm just back here. Great, I just went in one big circle. These ground levels aren't, these dungeon levels, I should say, aren't as creative as the Sophia levels, but they still have plenty of challenge and are fun to play through, even if they are a tiny bit simple. Weakest part of the game, mainly because everything else is just that good. But it's still fun to play nonetheless. have to spawn right on top of me. Like, that's a bit dick, guys. A bit dick. I'll just grenade that. There we go. Oh, man. Right. Now, I assume I can't get over that. Yep. Right. Down and then left. So you just... With any other weapon, those guys are not as easy. At least the thing isn't massively overpowered. You have to wait between your shots in order to not have just a piddly weak little, bollocks. What do they want me to do here exactly? Actually pretty good for taking care of those things. Nice. Repulsion upper. Which is anything that touches it directly upward. I wonder what that's about. Is that for our car? Yes, yes it is. Oh, it's a super jump. So... Oh, those are actual pickups. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought they'd actually be nice about it? Okay, fine. Gotta swap to the drill, and then gotta immediately swap after this. And jump! Hooray! We made it. These guys are weak to the drill. Oh, I see. So... use the drill, then use that. Bounce up. Kind of hard to judge this stuff, I gotta say. Hang on. There. Now, can I roll this? Oh! I see what they're making me do. It's a bit dick, but oh! That's a fake! Right, so I guess that's what that was. Okay, right. So, put one there. Now, those are pass-through floors, so that should just go, yep. I drop this here, and try not to walk into it the moment I step away from it. There we go. Now I just drop one here, jump over it. Boing, and I just screwed that up completely. There we go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. One more time. Nope. Try that again. There we are. And drill. And what's this? That would be one of the 3 fruits, wouldn't it? So we've got 2 more of them to go find. Oh Jesus, this video is already bloody long. Alright, so let's go do something a little different. I just need to find my way back to the launch pad. Alright, so we've jumped cut back to out in space. We haven't got any of the ones here, but thankfully I left some areas in Area D unexplored. We're not going to do the one that I haven't done here in Area C because, frankly, the one that I left here in Area C is a bit of a bitch because of the way the game controls. This leads to Area A, and I believe I need to go to Area A to get to Area D. Hopefully they'll do the same thing they did with one of the other weird side missions where they have a tougher version of a boss I can find in the car, just for the purpose of demonstration. We've done D1. D2 has 2 items. Very good. So there'll be 2 separate challenges for us. And they're both on the ground. Great. Oh, well, I already did fight a boss in the... Well, at least I got some easy life out of it. Although, to be fair, I do have to get back. Oh. Oh. Great. So I have to go back and fight these no matter what, basically. Because chances are, one of them's got the damn keys. No keys there. No keys there either. Let's check the map. No? Oh, I did get a key. I got 1 key. I didn't even see where I got that key. Where's the second one? Oh well, let's just go back and see if it's here. Yeah, right, so now I go up. Boss fight! This is gonna be a boss fight. Yep, this is a boss fight. With a knight? The Nomad Berserker. Lebniz. Okay. What would my best weapon be? I assume it would be the whip. Gun and up close. No, grenade and up close and personal. Whoa, hi! Counter can also be useful as a sort of like get the fuck out of the way dodge. Let's actually go back to proper guns though, because this guy seems like he's going to be some kind of nightmare. Oh, I see. Right, so... when he's using his shield, under no circumstances are you to fire, because it will just come back and kick you in the face. Also, I'm down to 1 hit. Not good. And unfortunately, I didn't get both keys from the thing, so I didn't get to use the save point, which means I'm back here at the very beginning. Fantastic! Let's see if I can find that second key. Oh, yep, there it is. So the second key has to be back along here somewhere. Let's just try and save as much of that health as possible. Countering the shit out of everything. But there's the Steen in my way. Fire randomly, there we go. Now where's the second key? There it is. Alright, save point. Let's actually try and fight this guy again. I've got full everything, so... let's just go ham. I think that's the best thing we can do. playing as long as I can so that my shield comes back, so I can drop. I get the feeling that I'm about to unlock that ability. That shield that he's got. Is there anything here that would do better against him? I don't think so. It's weird that I can't counter him. His moveset is super interesting, admittedly. Like, it's interesting trying to fight him. Go back to, little timing shots there. Because they're slightly more useful than like the charge shots or anything, just because they can go straight into him. I'm not saying an opening to counter him. Maybe this is a boss where you're not allowed to do that. How strange. Oh yeah, there it is. As soon as he drops his shield, there's the counterpoint. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to last long enough for me to make real use of that. Oh, hang on. That freezes him not long enough for me to get any attack damage in, but it's alright, I think we've got this. There we go. How did I guess? How did I guess we were gonna get that shield? It's a counter, which is not what I was expecting, but we still got it anyway. I think we've got one more planet here to do, and then we'll finish this video off. We'll see what's here. There might be another boss fight for the car. No, it's another on-foot section. Oh well, there wasn't too much of this in the rest of the gameplay anyway, so... just counter all of these and just... yeah, the piercing shots don't hurt it. You have to use wide. Makes enough sense to me, I suppose. What? What? There's a way up? That's what you get for looking at maps, children. Whoa. Just counter everything. This will probably unlock another... oh, it's a map of all the planets, so... right. Yeah, no, I have to come down here. Right, you could bomb it. Let me wrap my wide shot. And it's another piece of health. Fair enough, I suppose. So that was a look at Blaster Master Zero 2. I'm really enjoying it. It added a fair amount of new mechanics to the original game, and they did a really good job in balancing it all so that it feels really satisfying to play in the minute-to-minute sections, especially with the new drop from a high height mechanic related to the Sophia, the car. which is a really nice mechanic that boosts everything up in a really nice way. Unfortunately, the on-foot sections didn't get exactly the same treatment, but they're still fun to play, even if they are a little bit easy. It's got plenty of creativity, it looks and sounds great, and it's something I've had very little trouble finding problems with. The most I have are nitpicks, like you can't save while you're out here, you can't use your menu while you're out here for some reason. You have to release all your inputs in order to actually do one press to get on a ladder when you're jumping between them, which is a thing that really annoys you in a specific planetoid. And there's just a couple of other really minor things like that that bring it down ever so slightly, but otherwise, it's really well done. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm just gonna... Oh, I can't skip it because I haven't actually seen it yet. But yeah, outside of the tiny little nitpicks that I have, the game itself is pretty damn awesome. And I'm happy to recommend it however you decide to play it. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.